Hello students, good morning. Today in the series of NCERT solutions, Maths class 11th, we discussed last topic in limits and derivatives, and this belongs to supplementary portion of NCERT. Main NCERT portion we have already completed. So now in today's class we will discuss the supplementary portion of the NCERT. Supplementary portion mainly limits related to exponential function etc. are given. So before solving it, I will give you two, three formulas which will be used in this one particular exercise. You see, one of the formula which is used in this exercise is it is limit x tends to 0 e raised to power x minus 1 divided by x is equal to 1. So that you have to keep in mind that whatever power is there on e, it should be tends to 0. And same thing should be there in the denominator also. Then only we'll put it is equal to 1. Like see, if it is given limit x tends to 0 e raised to power 2x minus 1 upon x is given. Now as it is 2x, so but in denominator it is x only. See, when x tends to 0, definitely 2x tends to 0, but in denominator it is only x. So to make it as 1, we should have 2x in denominator also. So what we'll do, we'll multiply it and divide it by 2. In this way, we'll use this one particular theorem. One more theorem is there that is related to logarithmic function. So what is this? You see, it is limit x tends to 0, 1 upon x, log of 1 plus x, log of 1 plus x. And this is also equal to 1. Limit x tends to 0, 1 upon x, log of 1 plus x is also equal to 1. So both these two limits we'll use in this exercise. So now I will start the questions of supplementary. This is part of 13.2, supplementary part of exercise 13.2. It is given in backside of your NCERT book. So you can find from there. Like your first question is given, it is e raised to power 4x minus 1 upon x. As I explained in the theorem, that limit y tends to 0 e raised to y minus 1 upon y is 1. So y is there in denominator, same thing should be there in the power of e. So to solve this question, what I would do, as it is 4x, we can apply this theorem, only we have 4 in the denominator also. So I will multiply this by 4 and divide this by 4. So it will become e raised to power 4x minus 1 upon 4x into 4. Now this whole thing is 1 only. Need not to put y, although I have explained over here, you put 4x equal to y, but it's not required. If x tends to 0, definitely 4x tends to 0. So to convert this into standard form, we'll multiply by 4 in denominator and we'll multiply by the same 4. In this case, it will become the same form e raised to power x minus 1 upon x, and that is equal to 1. Now come to the next question number 2. It is given e raised to power 2 plus x minus e square upon x. You just take e square as common, because e raised to power 2 plus x is nothing. It is e raised to power 2 into e raised to power x. So it will become e raised to power 2 into e raised to power x minus e raised to power 2 in numerator divided by x in denominator. So you can take this e square common throughout. So I take this e square common like it is taken, and this e raised to power x minus 1 upon x, limit x tends to 0, will become 1. So your answer is e square into 1, so it will be e only. Now I come to the next question, question number 3. So in question number 3, it is given e raised to power x minus e raised to power 5 upon x minus 5. And limit is given x tends to 5. Limit is given x tends to 5. So in this question, what I will do, although other methods are also there, I will put x equal to 5 plus h or x minus 5 as h. Now as x tends to 5, so x minus 5 tends to 0. Now what is x minus 5? It is h. So h tends to 0. We will modify the question like this. How to modify this question? We will put x minus 5 is equal to h and h tends to 0. So you see how the question is modified. On next page, it is e raised to power x minus e raised to power 5. I can write x as 5 plus h, and this is minus e raised to power 5. X minus 5, I have already taken it as h. In numerator, you can take e raised to power 5 is common. So now it will become h tends to 0, e raised to power h minus 1 upon h, that is 1. So you are left with e raised to power 5 only. Now next question number 4 is limit x tends to 0, e raised to power sin x divided by x. Now what to do? You just multiply this by sin x and divide it by sin x. Or multiplying this by sin x and dividing this by sin x. Now I will change over it like this. It is e raised to power sin x minus 1 divided by this sin x. And another one is sin x by sin x. Now I will put limit x tends to 0. You see this thing is 1. Because as x tends to 0, sin x is also tends to 0. So it is e raised to power sin x minus 1 upon sin x. These both things are same. Same time this tends to 0. So if this tends to 0, we can directly write it is equal to 1. Or in this, you can replace this also by y. But need not to replace it. We can write directly because as x tends to 0, sin x tends to 0. Whenever there is a term in the power of e which tends to 0, and the same thing is there in denominator, we can write it as 1. And sin x upon x is also equal to 1. So the answer of this question is 1. Question number 5 is the replica of the same question. In this, we will put x minus 3 is equal to h. As x tends to 3, so your h tends to, it will become h tends to 0. In this x is equal to, we will put 3, so h will become 0. So h tends to 0. So this question is modified as e raised to power, we will replace x by 3 plus h minus e cube divided by x minus 3 is h only. Because we have taken x minus 3 as h. Again, you can take e cube as common, so it is e raised to power h minus 1 is equal to upon h is equal to 1. So e cube is the answer. Next question number 6 is limit x tends to 0, x e raised to power x minus 1 upon 1 minus cos x. So how to solve this question? First of all, I will modify it like this. To make this as 1, e raised to power x minus 1. You should have x in denominator. So I am multiplying by x in denominator and x is in numerator. Secondly, I am rationalize this 1 minus cos x. It will be, I will multiply this by 1 plus cos x and 1 plus cos x in numerator and denominator as well. So now this is e raised to power minus x minus 1 divided by x is one term. 1 plus cos x is as it is. And another term is this x into this x, that is x square upon 1 minus cos square x. Now these all three forms can be solved easily. The first one, this is the integration e raised to power x minus 1 upon x. Second one, it is limit x tends to 0, 1 plus cos x upon 1. And third one, it is x square upon sin square x. You see this is 1. In this you put x equal to 0, it will become 1 plus cos 0, that is 2. And this is 1 upon sin x upon x whole square. 1 upon sin x upon x whole square. I can change over this to denominator. It is sin x upon x whole square. And sin x upon x whole square will be again 1 because limit x tends to 0, sin x upon x is 1. That I can show. How it is 1, you see. Suppose it is given sin is x upon x whole square. X tends to 0, how it is 1. I will show you, you can write it is equal to sin x upon x into sin x upon x. You can write it 2 times. Limit x tends to 0, this is 1 and this is 1. As both are 1, so we can write sin x upon x whole square is also equal to 1. So same property we used in that question. Now come to the next one. Log e 1 plus 2x upon x. I just explained the theorem. that it is limit x tends to 0, it should be 1 upon x log 1 plus x is 1. It is 1. If suppose in question it is given 2x, so same thing should be there. Okay, then also it will become 1. Suppose it is log 1 plus 2x and denominator it is 2x is there, then also it will be equal to 1. So we'll do the same modification in this question also. It is given limit x tends to 0, log of 1 plus 2x upon x. So what we'll do, we'll multiply this by 2 in numerator and 2 in denominator. Now this limit is actually equal to 1. So 2 would be the answer of this question. Need not to replace 2x by y, you can directly use if as far as this thing tends to 0. This is the last one question of this exercise. Question 8. Log of 1 plus x cube upon sine cube x. So first of all, we will deal with this sine cube x. So to make this 1, we are multiplying by x cube in numerator and x cube in denominator. Now you can rearrange these. It will become log of 1 plus x cube by x cube into x cube by sine cube x. You see this is equal to 1 using the same theorem. Limit x tends to 0, 1 upon x log of 1 plus x. So limit x tends to 0, it is 1 upon x cube log of 1 plus x cube, that is also equal to 1, or you replace this x by y. Secondly, this will become 1 upon sine x plus x whole cube. As I explained to you, sine x upon x, limit x tends to 0, sine x upon x is 1. So you put any power on sine x upon x, that will be also equal to 1. Because we can write this as 3 times. Sine x by x into sine x by x into sine x by x, limit x tends to 0. So each term is equal to 1. So you can directly write any power on sine x upon x, limit x tends to 0 will be also equal to 1. So in this way, this is 1. This is also equal to 1. Over here, you can directly write it as 1, or you can put x cube equal to y. In both cases, it is correct. Because your standard form is 1 upon x log of 1 plus x. Now what is x? It is any term which tends to 0. As x tends to 0, so in place of x, suppose x square is given at both places, still it is 1. It is limit x tends to 0, 1 upon x square, log of 1 plus x square is also 1. If it is given limit x tends to 0, 1 upon 2x, log of 1 plus 2x. Only thing you have to check whether this thing tends to 0 or not. So whenever x tends to 0 is given, any power on x will be also tends to 0. And any multiple of x will be also tends to 0. So in this way, we'll use this property. So now this whole chapter is over. Thank you.